The following is a non-profit horror story narration. The story narrated with full permission and cooperation is written and owned by the author, who is credited in the subject line and in the description down below, along with a link to the original story. This video may contain some material such as violence, creepiness, jump scares, adult language, and suggested content which may not be suitable for some viewers. Please support the official release, and viewer discretion is advised. Another nightfall. I have no memory how I got here. It does not matter though. Not really. All I need to know is that I'm alive. Breathlessly alive when the world is dark. I realize that I'm standing in a filthy alley in what appears to be a major city. I am wearing a long black coat, and a baseball cap is pulled so low over my eyes that my entire field of vision is limited to the garbage and fetid water of the alley. The smell of rain still lingers in the air, but it has not washed this city clean. No amount of rain could wash this city clean. I can feel the evil and malcontent bubbling over, staining the old brick walls with their psychic residue. The very scent of it is intoxicating to me. I began to walk down the long alley, and the massive buildings to either side of me seemed to loom off into infinity under my ball cap. It doesn't matter. My eyes are not interested in the star-infested sky above, but rather the grime and the muck and the human detritus all around me. The light within them is low. They are not worth my knife. I pat my side as if to reassure myself that it was there. I had no memory of my old friend until that very moment that murder entered my heart. Still, it is as if I'm the only one here in this alley. The bums and vagrants are decoration, though not as appealing as the filth and waste liberally strewn about under my feet. My pace is slow and methodical. My steps rebound with each echo, until it seems that there are 100 of me stalking the night. Maybe they are. And maybe it is only me. I'm not focused on the past or the future. Here and now is when I can make a difference. To take a life that plots out the blissful silence of death. I sense my prey now. His steps are hesitant and fearful in the dark alley. I briefly wondered what drove him out into my world, until I catch his scent in the muggy night air. He is so full of life. A new father, and he has just moved into the city. The stench of apathy has not claimed him yet. My steps quicken, though I do not run. Death does not give chase. Death wears its prey down and makes it surrender life itself, whether willingly or not. He is aware of me. What enticing fear. Even better, I can feel him steeling himself for a fight. He will not go down gentle, this one. I grin and allow my steps to quicken just a little bit. The echo of his desperate footfalls comes to me, and the combination of his footsteps with mine creates a pleasing discord of sound, like a trope of tap dancers in hell. He calls out to me, a challenge wrapped in desperation. I cannot understand his words, but the tone tells me everything I need to know. The knowledge comes to me that this is a dark alley, and he has nowhere to go. The chase is best when the prey is cornered. I can see him now, a vital red shape against the wall. His life force is at once compelling and sickening. I imagine that this is rather what a moth feels like when it lands on a light bulb that it has covered from afar. Righteous fury and indignation rise up in me. I cannot suffer such a fool to profane the night with his forceful life. As I advance on him, he brandishes something that dimly registers on my brain. It is a taser, and of no more use against me than a pebble would be. He warns me over and over, his tone going from fear to anger to fear again as I slowly walk towards him. My long knife is clutched in my left fist, and I can feel his terror mounting at the thought of the wicked blade plunging deep into his soft tissues and vital organs. He unleashes the taser upon me, but his hand shakes so much that I am easily able to sidestep. Before he can react, my left hand slants into his stomach in a deadly arch. I revel in my strength as I picked him up a few inches off the ground, my blade still deep within him. The blood flows over my hand, warm and full of his very essence. The light goes out from his eyes, and I tossed his discarded husk roughly into a puddle of dirty water. I feel satisfaction at my work. The night seems a little darker now, and a little more silent. I look down at his face, and I see him clearly for the first time. He is me. I am him. The confusion overwhelms me, and I drop to the ground, the darkness swirling around me until I lost myself. Suddenly, I wake up in bed with the sun shining. I can hear my son crying in the next room, and I laughed off the horrible dream. I remind myself that I am a happy suburb dweller and not a fearful wanderer in the slums of a big city. My son's room is dazzling white with pastel blue and yellow colors. It's a warm and inviting place, and it feeds my soul as surely as my morning cup of tea will in a few minutes. I pick him up, and he quiets down instantly, cooing and gurgling happily to himself. I walk around the room with him, trying to banish the rest of my nightmare with the warmth of the sun and my child both shining down upon me. In that moment, the night never seems so far away. My wife walks in then, and I am completely happy. My life is complete, and all my loves are in the same room with me.
Honey, great news. I got an interview for a law firm to go to later this week. They'll pick up the tab for you and Caleb to come as well.
She gushes at me, excited with the promise of the elevation of her career from making money to helping the less fortunate. My wife has such a big heart. So what slice of suburbia have you decided needs a champion for the underdog? I asked teasingly. She chides me softly, humor dancing in her eyes.
Oh, it isn't a suburb. It's Detroit. You have no idea how bad things have gotten there. I know that we can really make a difference there. She gushes excitedly at me. She continues talking for some time, but I am not listening. Oh, I nod at all the right places and make all the appropriate noises. But my mind is going back to my horrible dream. She walks out of the room, still bubbling happily with our son in her arms. I go back to the bedroom and resolutely start packing. Why Detroit of all places? I cannot believe that I'm having premonitions again, I snorted in disgust, then began to pack our bags for the trip. I resolved to buy a gun and avoid dark alleys during our stay in what is left of the Motor City. Though I have learned the hard way before that there is no cheating fate.